starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Welcome to Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine and the Crew Podcast. I tell you, I am excited to be right here where I am, able to share these amazing authors. Y'all, I'm excited. It's nothing like being able to share individuals that are making an impact. And these individuals are making an impact in the literary world in their own right. Because we all have stories, we all have journeys, we all have something that somebody can take a nugget from, somebody can draw from, someone could benefit from. So I'm excited about these amazing authors joining the 100 author movement. I'm excited to be able to connect with them virtually and in person, y'all, because we're going to be coming from these social media sites and we're going to be meeting up with some of these amazing authors. So, y'all, I'm going to move on out the way and allow Mr. Zachary to come on up and share about himself, introduce himself to you guys, and share just a little bit about his brand and what we can expect from him in 2025, because he is one of the amazing authors to watch for 2025. So let me bring him on in the building. Welcome.
Hey, how you
How are
doing?
you?
I am doing fine. How are you?
I can't complain because guess what? I'm gonna tell you what my mama used to tell me when I was little. She used to tell me, "Don't nobody feel that but you. Is just like using the restroom on yourself,
There you
girl."
go.
So when I learned that, I started to think about things and think about if I'm walking around with attitude, I'm walking around mad at somebody. Guess what? Them people going on with their lives. They living their
Exactly.
lives. They happy, and I'm over here carrying grudges.
Ain't it?
And you better stop pissing on yourself and go on.
You better be happy this world that you live in. You only get one life to live.
That's it.
Here we go.
That's it. So I am truly honored to have you here today and to be able to share you with the world. So,
You.
what inspired you to become an author?
Oh, that's a great question. What aspire to be coming to be an author? I think for me, I think growing up, me having a voice and wanted to be heard and have a platform to spread my knowledge, my words to my friends, my family, and anybody who need helps along the word. So that's inspired me to be an author and to share my story so they can relate and somehow and how to come back, from depression, betrayal, heartbreaks, any lesson in the world, how they to come back. So that's what inspired me to be an author.
Wow. So what was your actual first piece of literary work that you do?
Mm. Dang.
So for me, I'm an inspirational writer. So for me, my first piece was a short. It was just a short section in an anthology where I shared my journey of losing my mom 12 days after my 16th
Mhm.
birthday.
Oh,
Um, so that's what started my journey as an author because I'm little country girl from a place called Levelland, South Carolina that nobody never heard of. One way in and one way
no way
out.
out. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
never thought about being an author. There's something that never crossed my mind. So when the opportunity came up, a young lady out of Texas um, gave me the opportunity to share in the anthology. Since then, I have garnered over 121 pieces of literary work, whether it's been an anthology, a book by
Mhm.
itself, a journal, or a planner. I just allow the creator to create through me. and to allow that journey life
Oh,
to be able to share. I'm a poet as well.
see,
I
that's what
have
I like when people.
three, I think I have three, maybe four poetry series where um we have three books that make up a series. So we have the last one that we just created was it's called the Legacy Chronicle,
Oh,
a Journey Through Time in Eternity. The first one was called Seeds of Immortality. The second one was called Footprints in the Sands of Time. And then the last one was called Eternal Echoes.
so speaking of that, right? So I am in my first volume one book of poetry, and the reason why I wants to call it because well, the book is called the series is called Dear You, and in volume one is called Most of Journey. So you go through loneliness, heartbreaks, just throughout life, you know, personal struggles. And I think for me, how I started off, I think I just was like angry and I didn't know how to express myself. And one of the things I remember this teacher, and I would never forget her name is King. And she came up to me, she was like, "Why are you so angry all the time? Like, why are you upset at the world?" Because I didn't have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't at that moment. I didn't find nobody who looked like me or who I can relate to. So she said, "Why don't you write your own pathway?" I was like, "So what do you mean by that? You like I need some tools. What do you mean by that?" She said, "Well, just start writing. Whatever you feel at that moment, write. You don't have to correct it. You don't have to do anything. Just write." And I think from that point on, me writing a lot, me expressing myself, me getting to use my voice throughout my words,
Mm-hmm.
and having a platform as a poet and now being a author, it has been phenomenally. To be honest with you, it has been phenomenally. And right now, as me writing my book called Dear You series, and the first book is called Journey of Emotions, uh, it's out of the world. And I think I put everything, my feelings, my depression, my anxiety, my love, my betrayal, my backstabbing friends, my relationship, my family abuse. I just put all that in this first book. And I want people to relate to it. And and with this book is a little bit different because before you read the poem, it's questions they're gonna ask you about yourself. Then after you read that section, they're gonna ask you some questions after it. Because I really want people to understand when you are reading this book, I want you to think about your personal journey throughout life.
Right.
And I got a lot of people back to me. I'm like, I can't even finish it. I can't finish it.
So, okay. So, what ways do you hope that your book would contribute to the impact of conversations that individuals will have in society about your book? How do you want your book to impact the conversation that we're having in our brown community?
I would say this. I want to shed a light on don't let nobody stop you from shining. And to have that conversation and push it, especially us black people, I wanted to create something that, hey, this might help you or what you want to say to somebody, or this might help you guide your way throughout anything that you are going to. Because I know from me growing up, so I'm a country boy. For me, I'm a country boy. Um, I love the hunt and I love the country. I think for me and my family, I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a voice. I didn't. I was told to hush up and stay in the child's place.
Mhm.
So when I didn't have that, and as you look for now, and you see people who look like me, who's on my age or lower, they don't know how to communicate. So I
Mhm.
want this book to have an impact or pushing the conversation. Like, hey, you got a voice, use it. You feel this way, use it. Think about what you want to do, and we're going to push it and continue pushing the envelope. Because I don't want this conversation to just stop from that person who's reading it. I want them to continue to carry the conversation on to the next person and start having that conversation between your friends and family. So that's why I want this book to bring in this world. And hopefully it does.
So how has I hear you referencing your childhood, different things. How has that truly influenced? I, I don't know if I want to say influence what you have written or want to pen versus no. Let me rephrase that. Let me add
I
something
get what
more.
you're saying.
It ain't coming out the way I wanted it to hear. I really want to understand how has all of the things that I hear you experience and it molded you to where you are now. And it sounds to me that you want to be able to share that with the generation coming up so that they will have a voice so that they don't have to wait until they get to this place to
I think
realize that they have a voice, but they can develop that voice along that process. Because see what has happened to a lot of us, we lost that voice because we started listening to what everybody else wanted us to do. We started wanting to, because I remember when I was little, I wanted to do a lot of different stuff. But then I started hearing what you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. Then it came, nursing came up and a lot of other stuff. And then when I started going into all those things that everybody wanted me to do, I didn't like those things.
because it's
And
telling you, it's telling people like always. So the thing I learned growing up, and me looking at it now, people want, especially your family want the best for you at the end of the day. I think
mm-hmm,
the difference is you have to know what you want in life and not have your family or friends dictate you dictate you as they
mm-hmm.
want to see you.
Because see what happens with some of them, and this is what they do. They push the stuff that they wanted to do, that they didn't, that they messed up, or whatever the situation was, but they want to live it through you. They want to push those things. They want you
That's
to be
not
a
right.
doctor because they couldn't be no doctor.
And that's not right because number one, I didn't ask to be here. That's number one. Now I'm here. Now you have to raise me. The right, wrong. Give me the tools to be an adult.
Yeah.
And I feel like some parents, and I might
Cultivate.
step, and
I call it cultivate. You have to cultivate me. So that means you
mm-hmm,
got to put something in me. You got to water it. You got to plant it, you got to water it, and then you got to go in and you got to pick out the weeds. You got to what they call
mm-hmm,
it, till it, prune it, whatever
mm-hmm.
you got to do all that. And then once you do all that, then you can reap the benefits of your fruit because then I can get out there and I can do. But if you don't allow me to be, then I can get stagnated. I can have double roots. I can grow. I can be growing down instead of growing up,
Mm-hmm. And
and then I can produce bad fruit.
I
Fruit
think,
come out rotten.
and I think from that, you have to learn how to navigate on breaking the cycle. And I think some people, and I'm not saying in all families. I think that's in all generation, in all different kinds of ethnic groups. When you are in that situation when your parents are living through you have to learn how to break that cycle. You gotta be
Mhm.
like, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but this is not my responsibility.
Right.
My responsibility is to be a child, grow up, go with everything you do in life, and do the same thing that you are supposed to do. I'll be better than you as a parent. And from me just writing this book, 'cause the first piece in the book in category one is self the fiction personal struggle, and the first piece you get is I'm gay, and that right there impacts the story because you are getting to know the author through the book. Now you find out he's gay, you find out he's a black author. You find that he went through a lot of problems. He didn't know himself. Now he's navigating throughout life, trying to figure out who he is as a person. Then, as you think about it, now you're thinking about your past trauma, your past struggles, and how it affected you. And I feel like for that, I did my job as a poet, as an author, and as this book. Because now I'm having you to think about you and what makes you tick, what makes you cry, what makes you happy. It makes you think about everything and go inside deeper that you ever thought about yourself and being honest with yourself. And in that moment, I done did this job of this book. And this
Wow.
is just a piece of it.
Wow. So I definitely can hear that you have found your individual voice in your writing style and the message that you want to give off to your listeners. So you definitely have an audience that you want to reach.
Mm-hmm.
So in doing that, what have been some of your struggles? Because you are a self-published author, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, as a self published author, what has been some of your struggles as a self published author?
I talked about this recently. I think writer's block is one thing. On when you have writer's block, it's meaning you are stuck. That means you can't go forward. And I struggle with that a lot. And it's like, oh snap. Like I do not know how to finish. And that's the worst thing I critique about myself. I wanted to finish something that I started. And on top of that is my emotions. When you are writing a piece that is personal to you and you have to live through that story or that experience, it's hard.
Hmm.
And in this part right here in this book, I have been very emotional because each piece I got in here, it has been trials and tribulation of the past. How people mishandle me as a child and not giving me the tools to profit through life. And I had to struggle in this world being like I'm alone. So as a self publisher, and on top of that, you gotta promote your own book. And I
Hmm.
think that is even hard. I thank God I have a platform on publishing, like promoting my book and just having a lot of people tune in. And also I have a broadcast as well called Just to Watch Broadcasts, and we talk about certain things and just having that platform and talk about my stories and talk about other people's stories it gets the people interesting. Like, oh, I want to buy this book. Oh, let's see what he's talking about a little bit deeper. So just about back on the question, like the struggle, the emotions, the writer's block, and promoting is definitely was the hardest thing to be at this moment during that time when I was publishing this book.
But even with some of those struggles, and with that struggle, what would you say to that person that may want to self-publish or want to get their feet wet? What would you say to them about publishing?
Don't give up. Number one, that's number one. Number two, research. Do your research. There's a lot of third parties or family members who does publishing. I think for me being a self publisher, I think for me doing my research and know what platform that you want to use and how do you want to get paid and how much they are taking from you. So definitely do your research. A lot
Hmm.
of research.
And one advice I always give people: you can utilize these platforms to put your book up there just so they can get out there for show. But you always keep you a website, and you always keep you some books on hand, because that's how you make your real money.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make your real money. A lot of people say, "Well, I have a website." It's great to have a website. It's great to have that, but you still need Barnes and Noble. You still need Books a Million. You still need Amazon, because they can kick out those books for you, and they can get them to those people overseas, because that's where you want them at. I'm telling you, every time I look at my royalty page and they have one of them the other symbols outside of the US dollar, I
Listen,
holler.
listen, cause like
Because look, I
that's
feel
what
like
you
I've
do.
done something that, hey, I was supposed to do. I've reached somebody out of my homeland.
There we go. And I
Because
think
you know the word say, we not gonna have no honor in our own land.
there
We
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 go.
we gonna have it in a foreign land. So that when I tell you, when I see them other them pounds and them other symbols on that page, that's when I get excited, because then I've
You be
done
like,
what I think.
ooh,
I
somebody reached me on the
Yeah,
other
because
line.
then I'm reaching somebody out of the U.S. I'm touching somebody on the other side. So, yeah, that's why these other platforms are so amazing, because they can see they may not come across your website. Your
Exactly.
website might not be all up
And it
in
might
the
not be working at
feed.
the moment. It
Yeah,
may not
and then it may not be up in the feeds where they can just you ain't in the search, so they don't know to go to your website. But if they know they can go find you on Amazon, Barnes and
Bargain.
Noble, Books a Million, and then if I can just use my library card to go find you on Hoopla, um, and a lot of these other
And the look and
platforms.
then a lot of people don't know like some of your books could be in the local library that you live in.
Yes, and all you got to do is Google yourself, and if you use certain platforms, there's a possibility that your book is in libraries, because if anybody that have a library card, and
Mm-hmm.
they go on those different platforms that they can use to check out books from the library, in the privacy of their own
Mm-hmm.
home, and not even have to leave and go to the library. But if they can get it with their library card as an ebook, they can actually go inside of the same library and request that in a book on the
Mm-hmm.
shelf. But people don't know that. But I'm telling everybody, and you are a part of the 100 author movement. And I was showing people these different sites. Like, there's a company. Are you familiar with Barker and Taylor?
I heard of it. I
So
heard of it. Somebody told me that.
they are a book distribution company out of Charlotte, North Carolina, that's been in circulation for over 130 years, and they circulate to most academic college
Mm-hmm.
libraries, as well as most libraries. Um, just
Oh,
about all my books are published and distributed through them.
I gotta check
Yeah,
that
I
out.
showed somebody. I showed someone the other day. Um, how they can do the same thing. It took me 5 minutes.
Tell you, tell you, for that purpose right there, I just learned something, and I'm gonna hop on that because that's free
There,
information that you're giving me.
yes, and then there's when we get off of here, I'm gonna give you some more information because that same information, that same site, you go to this one particular site and you upload it and it goes to all those. I don't know if you see that that thing that I posted the other day. It's a
Mm-hmm.
screenshot and it says publishing and then it says published and it had a list of
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You publish to that one site and it goes to all of those. Hoopla, Cloud Library, um
It's a lot.
all of
Like
them
it's a
places.
lot. It's a lot of
It's
distributors, like global distributors. It's a lot of them.
yes, Tivia, and a lot of these places are overseas. It's for overseas distribution to get your books in the UK and to get your
Mm-hmm.
books in these different platforms. So that's what we're doing here at the 100 Author Movement.
Let
We're
them
going to
know.
be sharing
Let
those
them know.
resources. I don't know if you've been tapping into the resources that I've been
Oh,
dropping
I'll
inside
always tap in.
the
Listen,
chat,
listen.
but
I
the
am
free,
young.
I know you're gonna hear a lot of people say that I'm not offering my services for free and free and well, value is what you put on it. If free can value $999, then free it is and it's worth $9.99 because I'm value. And if I want to put $9.99 on free, then oh well, let me
Here we
do
go.
that. Because you're not gonna tell me free can't be just as much as you over there charging $1,000, and what you charging $1,000 look worse than the free.
Exactly, because somebody just talk about that. Somebody just talk about that because I think this person paid over $2,000 just for the publisher, and I was like, "How much you pay? $2,000?" This lady charged him. And I
hmm
was like, "You know, you can do this over here for free."
And
And
that's
I,
what we're doing.
I think what was standing out between me and him, he was too lazy to do it.
And that's it. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. They'd rather go pay somebody else for
Mm-hmm.
them to make money off of you when you can take that extra time and put that extra time and you can save two, three, $400.
Because I know me, I'm gonna save me a couple hundred, couple
You
thousand
can
in my
save. I'm
pocket.
telling you, you can save. I'm telling you, you can save all of that. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people have learned how to monetize people's downfall. They've learned how to monetize everything when people are trying to come out. You know, the word tells me that we're supposed to be helpmates to one another. And if I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
help you, there's no way I'm finna charge you $1,000 for you to be in my anthology. There's no
See,
way
but
I'm finna charge you $399 for you to be in my anthology.
but
I'm
on
not finna
top of
charge
that,
you $99 to be in an anthology.
see,
The
on
most
top of
I've ever
that,
charged to be in an anthology, I think, is $35.
that's not bad.
And you get the yes,
That's not
yes, and
bad
that's
at
all.
all.
I'm not charging an arm and a leg for what? Not when I'm needing when I want 30 and 40 people to share their voice. Why would I do that? Why would I charge $100 and I'm looking for 365 people?
And the
I'm
thing
not
is,
doing that.
and the
I'm
thing
trying to
is,
help people share their voice. I'm
there
not
we go.
trying to send somebody to over here to be begging from Peter to pay Paul
Hmm. And the
just so
thing
that
is,
they can make a name, just so that they can make. No, we finna put in the work.
put in the work.
We finna do this. We finna
Listen,
be
we gonna
helpmates
tap
one to
in.
another.
It's time to tap in.
That's it. You know, there's things that you may be strong in that you can
Now we
pour
can.
into the group that you can
Mm-hmm.
help individuals with. Like Travita. Travita's good with she's good with publishing. She's good with helping individuals that have any kind of mind
Mm-hmm.
blogging stuff because
I
why she
listen.
deals with a disability that has caused her to have neurological disabilities, so she has learned how to adapt and she's taken those skills and she share them in her writing.
There we go. But you know what? On top of that, and it's not all people. It's some people I have seen, like they don't want the help. You know what?
Yeah,
Like you
because
can't.
you have those people that they have these mentalities where if they can't be the person that you're going to and they can't be the person they control and they don't want to be a part of it. See me, when stuff get dropped in my spirit, most of the time it don't even be for me. It be for somebody else. And,
Hello.
and a lot of us will hold on to it and try to do it. Nah, I got to get it away from me so that I can prosper.
Cause I'm gonna tell you, cause the thing is, when you feel that, and I'm gonna tell you, you never know what's gonna happen in the long run. And I think if people don't understand that, like, the more you help people, you it's gonna pay off. It's going to pay off. I'm I'm a true believer of it. I have seen it. It happened to me. But the moment you get out your mindset, don't want to help people and you want to be selfish, it's understandable you want to be selfish sometimes. Cool. That's I accept that. But there's other moments that you gotta be like, nah, you gotta help. Tell you want to grow. You want this in your
Right,
pocket. But
right.
if you don't want this, like I don't know what to say. Like help me
Right.
help
I tell
you.
people, you have to be mindful of those seeds that you sow, because all those seeds, everything that we sow will come back. So I'm trying to sow more good seeds than bad
Bad
seeds.
seeds. There we go.
Okay. I want my good seeds to be overflowing and running over.
There we go. Cause I want my cup to run over. Shoot, ain't
Okay.
no listen.
I
I'm
want it
not
to be
pouring no cup,
overflowing
baby.
and running over.
Cause I
So,
cause I asked people like even just a snippet part like that when you said
mhm,
overflow, my cup should run overflow. As my cup run overflow, your cup will run overflow. Cause
exactly.
I put the pour in myself to has my flow go into other people.
That's it. That's it. And that's the mindset that we all should have. My overflow should be going to the next person to help fill up their cup so that
Hmm.
they can overflow and they overflow can go to the next flow. It's just
Hmm.
like a ripple effect. When you throw that rock out there in that water and you see them ripples going, it just keep going and going and going. That's how I want the things that I do in life. I want what I
Ditto.
sow to be able to be passed on for years and years and years and years and years to come. So, what inspired you to join the 100 Authors Movement?
Oh, I think just to like the whole conversation we had, like to help people, and I think just for me having that more platforms so I can reach more people. Oh, it's only up from here because, like I said, I am here to help you get through your trauma and to get through anything else you need to do. And verse back to it's gonna be a blessing back to me regardless. And I think for me having and be joining this, it's it's amazing. And it's not gonna stop from here. And I appreciate it every step of the way and being recognized on the hard work that I have done in the past and what I am today and moving forward. So
Right.
that's why I joined.
Well, definitely, I see that you do have a unique voice and
Yes.
a unique perspective. What would you like to leave with this movement? Those that are coming behind you, what would you like for them to see you contribute to this movement and say, "Oh, Zach did that as part of the 100 author movement."
I
What
would
is
say
one thing that you would like to leave behind?
you have a voice and don't let anybody dim your light. And just having that moment, and I want people to always think of that simple phrase. Don't you have a voice? Don't let nobody dim your light. And that speaks volume on everything that you touch, think about, do in your life. And that's how I want to leave that moment. You have a voice and don't let nobody dim your light.
So that author out there that is contemplating about if this may be something that is beneficial, or if this may be something that they could, you know,
Mm-hmm.
grow from, what would you say to them about joining something like this?
Do it. Don't second guess it. Don't ask your friends. Don't ask your family, because they're gonna give you plenty of opinions. But you know the answer at the end of the day. Do it. Don't second guess. Just do it. Because I feel like when you do it, even though you don't know the outcome of it, but you tell yourself that you are going to be okay. You're gonna put your big boy pants on, like my parents used to say. Do it. And I think from like this year on and going forward, just do and see what's going to happen. It might fail, it might not. Do it.
So we are exactly 8 days into the new year. What has your experience been like being a part of the 100 Authors Movement?
Oh, amazing! So, like, I think I got more people like actually pay attention to me, and it has been amazing because now even the girl you said earlier when I had the writer's block, and I'm writing my fictional book, and like hopefully it be finished before April. That's hopefully it be finished before April. That's um as she said that it kept me going. Like just write, just write, just write, just write, just write. And that's ever since then, I just start writing. Never stop.
Well, I'm gonna have to put you on the spotlight, and I'm gonna have to put you on Front Street because the young lady that you're talking about, she's actually your group leader. So now that you said that you want that book out by April, if she hear this, you better believe you're gonna have
Listen,
that book out by April.
listen, Miss
Don't
Nick.
you if you don't want to have it out by April, stay far away from her.
Oh no, baby. I
I'm just
want that
telling you,
book. Listen, this is my first fictional book, and it's amazing. It's by us for us. Um, mystery, drama, excitement. It's it's all a little bit of me, a little bit of me in it. But
right?
the fact that she said that, and I hope she heard this. Yes, I hope she heard this. It will be out before April. I'm telling you. Watch.
Matter of fact, she's headed into the studio next. She be the next person coming into the studio. So that may be part of our conversation
Here we
next.
go.
And
Listen,
then not only that, she's my guest for tonight. I have a podcast
I have to
on
check it
another network. So I'm gonna be over on the other network. You should call in tonight and chat with us. We
out.
come on at 9:30 tonight. It's on the WBNN. We do it through Talk Shoe Radio.
Ooh.
Um, it airs to over 30 million homes. The network has been in existence since I think 2012. This is going to be my fifth year on the network. Last year, I was inducted into the International Internet Radio Hall of Fame for broadcasting through that network. And I was also awarded the Host of the Year award for 2023. So yeah.
Listen, you have to send me that information after this. You have to send me, and I know y'all gonna have a conversation at her interview. I want y'all to have this conversation because it helps me keeps on writing, and it helps my mind keeps on going.
Right.
So the way how you said that, it is.
And you have, I'm telling you, you have in your group, and I'm just finna flip through my paper. You have some amazing individuals. The young lady that that we were talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm,
with the testimony,
mm-hmm.
with the tumors, she's actually in your group.
Look at God. Look at God.
She speaks Spanish, and she writes Spanish.
I can't see Spanish or write Spanish. but I'm willing to learn.
So yes, she's a great resource as well. So you have a great support system in the individual smaller group, but then you're gonna have 9 other groups too, because it's gonna be a total of 10 groups. It's gonna be 10 people in each group. So as we work individually, intimately, individually, we also have different other groups that we can pull from too.
And
But I just wanted it to I wanted to break it down so that we could feel that we were getting the things that we needed, and I wanted to make sure that we had a group leader that could attend to and make sure that if there were questions that individuals had, that these questions could be answered. They could be asked and answered, and then we can make sure that we're doing things, staying active, um
I think
and
for
getting resources out.
I
Yeah.
think for like her being definitely a leader, definitely, definitely, she's gonna earn her flowers now, and continue her earning her flowers, and just having her, uh, we gonna have a good time this year. We gonna have a good time, and and from me hearing her story and her helping me out, uh, we gonna just she's gonna earn her flower from me a lot.
Well,
Uh,
I'm telling you, you
she's gonna
have
be a
an
big,
amazing
big supporter.
you have an amazing group leader. I call her my little sister. She is my mini me. I call her half pint. Yeah, that's her name. I call her half pint because she if we stand up beside each other, she's actually she looks like half the size of me.
Okay,
she's
listen.
a little she's a little shorty, but her voice you would think she was my height. In the knowledge and the wisdom and the things that she dropped, you would think we were twins, because she sometimes when she get to talking and she get to you know doing her gift and her talent, sometimes I be like, is that me or
That's
is
me
that
and you.
really
I see
you?
you. I see you in
But
me.
yes, you have an amazing, and I won't stop talking about it. You have an amazing group
Listen,
leader. All of the group leaders are amazing. They're amazing in their own rights. Um, but I just happen to have worked with her. I've met her in person. She's my little sister.
like people don't understand. Like when you have a support system, especially at this platform, like stay tuned. Telling you,
Yes,
watch
definitely,
individually and stay tuned. I'm telling you,
definitely,
and
definitely,
watch how
definitely.
each individually in certain group or in all this that's 100. Watch, I'm telling
Wow,
you,
that's
watch.
it. So, what would you like to leave with those that are tuned in, those that will hear this replay? What is one thing that you would like to leave with them as they watch the
Oh,
100 authors to watch?
oh, what will I leave? I appreciate y'all. I'll say that. I appreciate y'all. Love yourself. Be who you are. You have a voice, like I said, and then nobody, I don't care, your grandma, your auntie, your sister, brother, the dog, the baby, dim your light. Don't let nobody dim your light. And that's all I'm gonna say.
That's it.
That's
And
it.
if y'all want to get in contact and follow, how can we follow and contact you one more time?
You can find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. It is Zack Attack 96 with one T and Zack Attack 96 with one T and Dr. A in it. And you can reach me out there. You can reach me at my email, williamzachary at 6 at gmail.com. And I do reply back quickly. I believe in communication and connecting with other people. So that's where you can find me. Get the book. This is not the book club. Get the book. Get the book. You gotta also watch yourself. Get the book. Get this book right here. It will help you. That's all.
Well, I definitely want to thank you for stopping by and
No, thank
sharing with us.
you.
And I look forward to working with you and sharing you around the various platforms that we are attached to. Cannot wait to see what your 2025 will have in store.
We are up from
Before we
here.
leave, I have to give you your flowers. Okay. So
Thank
that's
you.
what we do over here. I got to make sure everybody heard that. So I got to give it one more time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm blessed. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming on and sharing. I
Thank you
truly,
for having
truly
me.
have enjoyed sharing with you on today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great rest of your afternoon.
You too. Deuces.
And I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by and sharing. I hope that something that was shared during this broadcast was beneficial for you, that you would share it with someone else, that maybe you would go out and get the book or tune into his broadcast. Again, Zachary is one of the 100 authors to watch for 2025. So be on the lookout. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back at 5. That's about 13 minutes, y'all. We'll be back at 5 with an interview with Trevita Harris. She is one of the hosts right here on the Crew Podcast. So you're going to get an opportunity to get up close and personal with her as an author. Y'all have seen her all through season 1 and 2 as a host, but now you're going to get to see her operating as an author and a publisher in the literary world. So come on back, y'all. Come on back, come on back, come on back and be blessed. All right.